First of all, thank you so much for having me here. My Spanish is way too weak to speak in Spanish, so I use my English words here. So, as said, I'm Rolf Werner. I run the European business for Nokia, and I'd like to thank all the organization and people who have made it happen today, because it's just fascinating. It's a great summit, so thank you so much, especially in the neighborhood of Real Madrid, which I think is the greatest club of the world. So it's an honor to be here, so thank you so much. Today I'm not going to talk about Nokia's products. I'm going to focus more on the excitement I have for the next decade. I'm going to talk about collaboration, cooperation, and how working together we will deliver the transformation we need for a bright future. So as we move forward towards the next decade, we will be using technology that will change the way we work, live our lives, and look after our planet, especially driving sustainability. Nokia is driving a force in the development of this technology, and Nokia is a world leader in the supply of both fixed and wireless networks. So one of the changes we face is not just how we live our lives, but where we live our lives. And humans are migrating, as we all know. So it's not only between countries, it's also a migration more and more into cities. And that makes the development of smart cities even more important as they quickly grow, with services needed to support a large population. The next wave of digital innovation will also bring with it an immersive era, the metaverse. This is where the digital world and the physical world combine, and it will solve human challenges and offer a lot of new business opportunities for all of us. So the metaverse is an evolution story about how we interact online. And of course, it will not replace the physical world, but enhance it. When used in industry, this metaverse is an extension to industrial IoT, to Industry 4.0, the Internet of Things, where millions of devices are actually connected. And that's where the intersection with smart environments happens. Imagine a virtual place where it's possible to train the software that powers a robot or train a person who operates a machine before they go out into the physical world. It's an environment that can be used to save money, time, and most importantly, be very, very safe. In the virtual world, there are no industrial accidents unless you would like to provoke them and test it out. This will be a world where each phase of a machine's lifetime can be virtualized through digital twins, sensors, and data feeds. It will be where a power plant's operation never experiences any interruption, because problems are fixed before they happen. And it's what you, of course, know with the term predictive maintenance. It will be one where workers using augmented reality can investigate a gas turbine's digital twin without touching any physical parts. This will maximize efficient power and drive sustainability and will keep the cost low. So the link between the metaverse and smart cities is logical, but not widely explored. Smart cities have been around for many, many years, as we all know, but adoption has not been very fast. At Nokia, we have been at the forefront of smart city development from the very beginning. In Wrocław, we delivered Poland's first 1,000-year-old city of the future. This was a strategic partnership to develop their city vision for citizen-centric services using a common high-performance infrastructure. In Finland, we have the Luxtorim 5G, a smart pole. Nokia provides the 5G connectivity here that enables smart transport through connected bus stops and autonomous bus shuttles. There are also health and safety features, such as local weather and air quality services, plus smart lighting. However, history has shown that smart city services are often not interlinked. And there are sometimes different departments, of course, delivering the services that citizens want, but as individual projects. There's little overall control, there's little orchestration. And the key question is whether technology can help improve this situation by making the coordination and cooperation much easier. So we need to move quickly because there's a human transformation taking place already. The numbers speak for themselves. Global population is increasing at around 1%, and by 2050, 66% of the world's population could live in the world's cities. Overall, cities and urban centers cover around only 2% of the Earth's surface, but consume around 75% of the available resources. And we need to think differently about what's required to support this transition, and it won't be easy. We will need millions of more doctors, hospital beds, and teachers. Technology has a role to help support the changes, but a fundamental shift is needed so that cities only have positive outcomes for citizens. We will be joining together the digital and the physical, and this needs a transformation of technology of the underlying networks, whether fixed or wireless. Nokia is a market leader across technology domains. We already talk a lot about 5G and the benefits it can deliver. We heard that also in a lot of the former presentations. But it needs a high-speed fiber network to make the connection between the 5G device and the network. And all of the presentations also, especially here, were around how strong Spain develops in terms of infrastructure. And I'm very confident that this will further continue and make Spain even become a more prosperous country. So this could be, for example, where you need connectivity, a data center for streaming video or for a point-to-point device. But it's more than that. Both the immersive world and the cities of the future are so dependent on advanced technology that they won't happen without it. This evolution is like nothing that has gone before. At Nokia, we are already building the networks for the cities, and at the same time, we are building the networks for the metaverse. The metaverse will not just be for entertainment. It will drive productivity, efficiency, and safety in businesses. Cities will use immersive technology for important services like education and healthcare. Future city planning will, of course, be done by using a city's digital twin, so that changes to transport and utilities can be tested way before they need to be rolled out. What were disconnected systems before will come together in the metaverse. Every asset in every system will be interconnected and usable across every service for every business and citizen. This is not a story for the communication service providers, but for every company and every city and, of course, every public service company that has the need to apply technology to improve their productivity. Within the enterprise, now is the important time to start making technology investments that will build their metaverse future and help capture the power of the immersive digital world. It's possible to create a digital twin of a city. Today, we already have digital twins of some of the world's largest service provider networks. This allows them to see what's happening now and what will happen if they were to introduce a new technology or to change the network in some way. The networks that operate in cities are not that much different. And they all require the same levels of functionality, the same levels of security and reliance. However, there's one big difference. There are lots of networks in one single city. The network running streetlights is not the one running traffic lights. And they are as prone to a cyber attack as anything else. In Atlanta, a ransomware attack targeted the city's computer system, causing it to shut down its municipal courts, preventing residents from paying water bills and traffic tickets. And of course, when the cash flow is not coming, that's a big issue, as you know. So a smart city uses IoT, and the amount of data that can be generated by devices is staggering and has value. A 2021 estimate from the International Data Corporation projected there would be 55.7 billion IoT devices, generating almost 80 zettabytes of data by 2025, which is not long to go. The immense amount of data a city can collect is wide-ranging. Seattle, for instance, collects data on everything from driver's license to trade union membership. With more data and more data centers, cities are at an increased risk of cyber attack because the data they have is valuable to hackers. We need to be vigilant and fight to maintain secure networks wherever they are. At Nokia, we are experts in protecting the security of networks. The principles of the smart city metaverse are based on how we use advanced technology to support our human needs and how we use economics to support new business models. Transparent systems will make sure that everyone is working to a common set of goals and can see who is using what asset and when. In the future 6G world, think about it 2030 onwards, that will be driven by software, where everything can be a network sensor. This vision becomes ever more possible. Even people will become a sensor. So I'm also having a chip in my hand. I can open my door, and I can be, of course, part of the network of the future in 2030. So it's clear that digitalization and the metaverse will create a remarkable level of financial opportunity. Citigroup estimates a 8 to 13 trillion US dollar market, and ABI Research sees the industrial metaverse opportunity with digital twins, augmented field service, and predictive maintenance as major opportunities. The metaverse will have a huge impact across the technology industry, and it's expected that by 2027, metaverse mobile network traffic will be even bigger than the traffic created by smartphone video. And all of you know how much it's consumed by all of our kids when it comes to TikTok or Netflix, even on the phone. So network traffic will be dominated by the immersive extended reality of the metaverse. This is a consumer-driven trend, and innovation often starts this way. The metaverse is already happening. Take a look at why Facebook changed its name to Meta, which was to reflect the company's ambition beyond social media towards a vision for working and playing in a virtual world. These trends will drive the network to become the underlying fabric to everything. In this new networking era, performance and the ability to consume services will have equal importance. In the city, what is delivered today as single services will be joined together in the metaverse. From the city's point of view, having services in the metaverse will help maintenance and energy management and help the distribution and consumption of services. The orchestration challenge will be solved. And of course, there's a long-term value in this approach. Around 40 years ago, Chattanooga was known as the dirtiest city in the US, referred to now as the gig city. Chattanooga was the first to build a 10 gig network in 2015. And the benefits are real. So with the creation of that, there came along 2,800 new jobs, a whole startup community, and international companies expanding their business, including Volkswagen and Amazon. An independent study published in January 2021 estimated the city had recorded a 2.7 billion community benefit from 10 years of its smart city network. A smart metering program reduced power outages by 60% with an estimated $312 million in saving. So at Nokia, we provided the fiber access technology for Chattanooga. To mirror the success seen here, the future city will need the resilience and availability of carrier-grade networks combined with the flexibility of cloud services. This is the future, where the powerful capabilities of 6G can be accessed and harnessed at the click of a button. The use of AI applications in the smart city metaverse will also be invaluable in homes and offices for safety applications, including fire and water alerts, as well as for security cameras and sensors. However, the smart city metaverse, in the same way as service provider networks, will be dependent on automation, where networks sense and take corrective actions automatically. Gone will be the time where tasks are manual as they are replaced by automation. So that's the bright future vision that we need to deliver as a society, but also as a business. The world's population is moving to cities, and these cities will need to adapt to become smarter so they can meet the needs of their population. In turn, their complexity will push them towards a system of management and automation that can only be delivered in the metaverse. We need to deploy transparent systems that truly deliver the scale to improve lives, drive sustainability, improve safety, and be very cost-effective. I believe it's a bright world in the city of the future. Thank you so much.